So, my viewers are dying to know, and they have asked me the question, does the quality of the wine you use in your recipes make a difference when you're cooking? So I thought really the only way I can definitively answer this is to do a taste test. So what I did is I went out and I bought an average quality wine. We're not talking super expensive wine. I bought a French Muscadet, which you can buy for under $15 a bottle. And then I went out to the grocery store and I bought something called cooking wine. This was $2 a bottle, and it specifically says on the bottle, not for beverage use. So when I was in culinary school, what they used to tell us is that never cook with a wine that you wouldn't drink yourself. So I don't know, whenever I get handed down things like that, I always want to kind of test it for myself and see, does that actually make a difference? Could I save myself like $9, $10 a bottle every time I cook? So let's check it out and see if it makes a difference. What we've chosen to do is mussels. Mussels in a white wine sauce. So I've got my 2 pounds of mussels that I'm going to cook in separate pans with all the same ingredients. These were bought from the same vendor and everything. So really the only difference between the 2 recipes is going to be our wine. I'm going to cook it with some butter, some lemon, some shallots, garlic, and parsley to finish it off. Sounds yummy. Before we get cooking, I don't know about you, but I always like to taste my ingredients. I like to know, just in general, like how are the tomatoes tasting right now? How is the parsley tasting? And then I know how to adjust my recipe. So it's only right that in this recipe we would taste the wines as well. So I'm going to taste the $2 cooking wine that I bought, and I'm going to taste this French Muscadet. That is probably a wine that I would drink on its own. So just to give them both a smell. Whew, cooking wine's got, I don't even know how to describe that. And the Muscadet has a lovely, fresh, citrusy nose to it. I don't even know which one to taste first, so I think I'm going to taste the Muscadet first. Lovely. Very nice, fresh, crisp aromas to it. Lovely taste. Here's the cooking wine. I've never actually tasted cooking wine on its own. I'm kind of scared. What's so, oh my, it's really truly awful. This is not something for beverage use. And the weird thing about it is that this cooking wine is really salty. Aha! Oh my God, this is crazy. The second ingredient, so the first ingredient in this cooking wine is wine. Good, check. I think we're on to a good start. The second ingredient is salt. I have no idea why they add salt to cooking wine. Okay, so all I did was saute the mussels really in the broth, and now I have 2 delicious bowls of mussels that both, well, they both look very intriguing. I will say one thing, that even as the mussels were cooking in both cases, I could already smell the difference. Even before I went to go inspect them, I thought, oh, the one with the cooking wine from the grocery store, the $2 wine, already smelled for some reason a little bit more fishy. Like I could smell the fishiness of those mussels. It didn't smell like as fresh and flowery as the French wine, the Muscadet, cooking in the broth. So now for the real test, let us taste the mussels and the broth. Okay, good. It is delicious. After I told you it was going to be delicious, that is lovely. So this is the Muscadet wine. I'm going to taste the $2 cooking wine. You know what? It's actually not bad. I thought it was going to be horrible, just judging by the cooking wine itself and by the smell that I got in it. It's not horrible. It's not as delicious, certainly, as the higher quality wine. There really is a difference in the broth for me. But now let's taste the mussels and see if the same thing translated to the actual meat. Okay, this is something I hadn't anticipated. Not only is the broth tastier, when it comes to the Muscadet, the little bit more expensive wine, really still around $10. But maybe it's because of the saltiness or something like that, but in the cheap $2 cooking wine, the mussels there are actually tougher. They're chewier than these mussels that are actually even more tender as well as tastier and juicier. So I'm gonna have to say, given all of this, it is without a doubt that I can proclaim the higher priced point wine, the Muscadet, the absolute winner when it comes to this recipe. Now, fear not. I know some of you were probably really rooting for that $2 wine so you could save some money when it comes to your cooking. But what I will tell you is that you should watch my video on how to hack having high quality wine in your cooking without having to spend a lot of money and without having to open a whole bottle and worry about what will happen to the rest of the bottle. Of course, you could always drink the rest of the wine. I usually find that whatever wine I cook with is a really great pairing for the dish, so I can certainly and will drink this with my bowl of mussels. But if you don't want to do that for whatever reason, you can use my hack that you can watch in my next video. Enjoy! Cheers!